to take a polygraph test. Now, if we can figure out what's going on with her, maybe there's a chance of finding the boy. Straight to my guest, Dr. John Sharp. He is a psychiatrist, faculty at Harvard Medical School, and Pat Brown, a criminal profiler. Pat, do you have any sense of this case?
Well, I think this woman is a lot more mentally disturbed than a lot of people think. She doesn't only have this OCD we've heard about, that compulsive disorder. I think she's got a pretty high level of narcissism going there as well. And here's what really concerns me. She recently has been on this website looking for a sugar daddy, which in another term would be called prostitution, because she's not trying to marry a millionaire. She's trying to get $5,000 a month to provide sexual services. And on that same site, she tells them that she has 2 children, something you should be not telling people about when you're getting into prostitution. And then what's really interesting is, you know, if you understand how some of these men work, they don't really want a woman with 2 kids. I mean, that's a lot of work. She's going to always have these 2 little children running around. And she may not have had the best response. But let me tell you, if you just have 1 child, just a little girl, not that little boy, just a little girl, you got a better chance. And recently, she's been posting a ton of pictures of this little girl all over the place. And that really concerns me, that she might be selling a package deal. And that means to me, yeah, means to me, yeah,
going to the mat right away.
Yeah, because I mean, you don't bring your little girl into this. You don't put up hundreds of pictures of just your little girl and not your little boy, unless something really creepy is going on. And I think that those children, well, the one that's left at the moment, does not need to be in her custody.
So this is another child sex abuse, and maybe she herself had been sexually abused, and now she's prostituting herself. That's your theory. Skye's dad said that last spring Julia would not leave the house, and that she began allegedly having dreams about killing their children, telling him about a dream that she had where she had strangled Skye. Listen to this from Nancy Grace.
She kept on saying that she wanted to kill herself. And she said it so much that Miley started to repeat, I want to kill myself. And that's where I go, you know what, whatever we're doing right now is not enough. We have to go and do more.
Now, Dr. Sharp, here's the deal. I'm hearing, as we're trying to piece all this together, a lot of her symptoms got worse after this child, Skye, was born over a year, I guess 2 years ago, that there is some disturbed thinking, compulsive, obsessive-compulsive behaviors and thinking, suicidal ideation, a lot of chaos in their life. Is it possible that there's a personality disorder and a postpartum, either depression or psychosis going on here?
Oh, absolutely there is, Dr. Drew. You know, we like to go deep into human nature. And unfortunately, in this case, the only thing really consistent is the incoherence almost of the behaviors that we're seeing. They're kind of like smoke signals, though. We're not getting a full picture. But we see fearfulness. We see flirtation. We see maybe some kind of flaky behavior. We see a whole range. And I'm worried that there could be something worse. You know, this could be external to her, like PTSD. This could be internal. This could be consistent even with bipolar disorder. I think her judgment is off, and we don't really know what is motivating that.
Yeah, Dr. Sharp, the husband keeps calling her, saying bipolar and OCD. Those are the words that he keeps using in describing her. And again, the pregnancy may have, apparently things got a lot worse after that pregnancy. So this all kind of fits as that kind of a biological problem, doesn't it?
Absolutely. You know, very often women after pregnancy are vulnerable to depression or to exacerbations of their anxiety. You know, we just don't know, though, whether she's kind of internally falling apart or whether this is all some kind of a determined ploy, kind of like Pat is suggesting, you know, or whether maybe she's so afraid, maybe there is some threat upon her that's driving her to be, you know, really this distracted and this kind of crazy appearing. We haven't examined her, I can't say for sure, but this is absolutely incoherent.
Like you're saying, it's like a smoke screen. You see you can see sort of the ephemeral signs, but not the full evidence yet. Now, Skye's father and mother are in the midst of a bitter divorce. He claimed in court papers, as I mentioned, she suffers from obsessive-compulsive disorder, bipolar disorder, severe bouts of depression with suicidal ideation. Now, he believes that Skye's disappearance has something to do with the fact that he was granted more visitation rights. Dr. Sharp, I don't see where child custody, even if she's falling apart internally, I don't see where a child custody battle pushes somebody towards murder. Do you?
No, absolutely not. You know, he's suggesting that there's some kind of secondary gain, right? And we would suspect, I would suggest, that there's some kind of primary problem, something that lies deeper than that underneath. I don't think this is coherent. I don't think this is rational and planned out. She's not even speaking to the public, to the police, or to the press. She's giving these little smoke signals. It tells me something's really wrong in her mind. I'm worried for her.
There you go. Skye's father claimed his wife developed an unusual bond with the daughter. As you heard him saying that she was parroting back, "I'm going to kill myself," because the mom had said it so damn many times. As Pat mentioned, Julia posted photos of her daughter all over the place, but none of Skye. Pat, you know, do we have to develop a theory of sinister intent here, or like Dr. Sharp and I are sort of agreeing that this just may just be a sick person?
Well, it depends what we call sick. I tend to lean toward the fact that she's got a very severe narcissistic personality disorder, and in having that, she may also be Munchausen syndrome and Munchausen syndrome by proxy. In other words, she gets her thrills out of being a victim and victimizing her children, so she gets that kind of attention. And these kind of people, when they don't get enough